Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday morning, about 10:30ish, something like that. Just a quick video update from the garden. I'm going to talk about the garden quick, maybe a little bit of politics, and then the idea for my next video. So hang tight. All right, so here's an update from the garden. And just real quick, I had to replant some stuff the other day. So I'm going to show you that. But here's some updates. Nasturtium is doing pretty well. My brandywine tomatoes are having a rough time. There's another one back over in that corner over there, if you can see it. I had one squash that hasn't come up, so I'm going to try and replant that quick. But here's one, here's one, here's one, and here's one. Cocozelli and straight neck squashes. Those are doing pretty well. These are my sucker tomato plants that I took suckers off of those and planted them here. Which you can do if you let the suckers get big enough, maybe 8-12 inches, something like that. Cut off the sucker, just stick it in the ground as far as you can. You'll get some new tomatoes for free. Cauliflower, I am not having any luck with the cauliflower. He's right here. He's having a rough time. Some broccoli. I got some lettuce coming up back here, here, and here. This is another broccoli I had to replant. And then the cabbage is having a rough time too. A few days ago, I had a lot of problems with pests. So I've been having to spray a lot of neem and a lot of the caterpillar killer on these new plants, and they seem to be doing okay now. So here's the carrots. Carrots are doing really well. I had to replant the cucumber the other day. Remember I told you in one of my last videos that one was all the way up, and then just overnight it died. So I had to replant the tomato. That's having a little rough time there too. This is one of the Sweet Success cucumbers that is doing fantastic. I already got some cucumbers back here, if you can see those. Those are coming in real well. Some smaller ones here and some baby ones here and here. So those are doing real well. So if I can get this plant, that one's doing really well, and this one to do well too, then I'm gonna have a whole bunch of cucumbers. Here's some green onions. My dog got in here last night. He came through the fence back over in that corner because that white post broke a couple of weeks ago. So he came in, and I put some bone meal in yesterday. And my dogs just love that bone meal, and it's not good for them, so I got to keep them out. But he got in, trampled through a couple of the beds here, killed a couple of things, so I'm going to have to replant. They're dogs. They're like kids. This is a basil that I had replanted. I think my pooch, when he was in here last night, I think he ate some of the basil. And this is one of the giant pink Belgian tomatoes that's starting to do okay. It's trying. That's what this one is here too. Spinach. I've tried planting spinach twice, and it's just not coming up, so I'm done with that. Some broccoli, cilantro is coming up pretty good. Some cabbage, here's broccoli, and then 4 more Sweet Success cucumbers. I got some, I don't know what the dark brown spots are. I think that's a watering issue, but we had a bunch of rain and storms and stuff like that, and I did have some pests. So I have sprayed, but it's trying, and we're getting there with that. Here's my old tomatoes, early girl tomatoes. I really had to trim some of the plants the other day, and now these are doing real well, better than they were. But these are all real viney, so indeterminate tomatoes. They will vine out like this one here. This comes all the way down and then back up and then to here. I wasn't following the camera, but this one vines out, right? So indeterminate tomatoes, you're going to get vines, viney type. Here's another giant pink Belgium that I planted. Peppers doing real well. Got a few peppers on there. Switching hands. Like I said in my last video, I'm worried about these three because they're right there on the ground. I'm not sure if those are going to survive, but still getting a few green beans on the pole beans. Where'd that little bee go? Still doing okay. Let's see. Zucchinis. I got nothing going down here. I actually have one or two starting right here that I just tried to hand pollinate this morning. I got one here. You can't really see it, but I got one here. Hand pollinated this one this morning. Last video I talked about this one here that I didn't think was going to make it, and it's probably not because the top died and now I got end rot. I'm not getting much off the cucumbers anymore over here, so I may just pull this plant out here pretty soon. It's just not doing. I got some that are trying, right? I got a few that are trying. There's a few more over on the other side, but watermelon is still trying, and then more of my cherry tomatoes. These little ones, these are the Candyland. I've talked about those a couple of times, that they're just so small that I'm not going to plant those again next year. And then let me go around to the outside. So I got back to the watermelons. I do have some watermelons vined out here, and that vine doesn't have anything on it, so I'll probably cut that off this weekend. I had one right here that I tried hand pollinating. That's dead now. There's one. We got one coming up. Hand pollinated that the other day, so that one's coming in if you can see that, hopefully. I'm not very good at aiming this camera. So we got one watermelon here. We'll see what happens with that. There's a watermelon that died, a little baby one. Wow, and that's it on that one too. But at least it's got flowers, so I'm going to continue to let it grow. This one here, this one's been out for weeks and hasn't done anything, but we got a couple of flowers on here now, so I'm going to continue to let this one grow and see what happens. And then of course these are the Sun Gold cherry tomatoes. These are awesome. I will plant these every year. I want to get some better ones though, probably from Burpee. I'll go to Burpee and get the seeds. These are just seeds that I bought at Lowe's, I think it was. So, but these are coming back. They were stagnant for a while. They look good so far. And I'll pick these ones today. A couple of early girl tomatoes. They're really small. There's some little bit bigger ones. But like these ones here, I'll probably pick these, and you see they're starting to turn orange a little bit. I don't want them fully red by the time I pick them. So I'll probably give these another, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday. I'll probably end up picking those. Same with this one here. That one might be tomorrow. So I just pick the tomatoes when they still have some green on them. That way they're not fully developed and full fruit. That way I can set them on the counter for a couple of days before we use them or do whatever. If you look at my last video, I kind of showed you we did some canning. We did some salsa and some tomato sauce. So yeah, that's the plan on the tomatoes. We'll just continue to use them, and if I don't can anymore, then I'll just give some to the neighbors. I got a mother-daughter that live next door on one side. They're older than I am, both of them. And then I got two sisters that live on the other side. Both of them are much older than me. So I try and take care of them as much as I can, watch the area. The cul-de-sac sheriff. So that's the update for the garden. Into the politics a little bit. You see who I support. Yesterday, Bobby Kennedy Jr. kind of suspended, he didn't stop, but he suspended his campaign to throw a little support Trump's way. Last night I talked a lot I didn't talk, but I listened to a lot of people in some X spaces, and a lot of great communication, a lot of great thoughts and ideas from the Kennedy supporters. Glad that we are able to start to talk and communicate, whether it's text or voice or whatever, about the ideas that the Kennedy campaign and the Trump campaign, really a lot of similarities. I mean, there's some stuff that I don't like from either side, but you know, if you look at it, you vote for Trump, Vance, Kennedy, Gabbard, Musk, and a couple others, or you vote for Clinton, Bush, Obama, Harris, Waltz. That's who it is. So you pick your side. I will not say the lesser of the two evils because, you know, I won't go into that. Just some thoughts. I wanted to comment on the Robert F. Kennedy thing. I'm a fan. Always have been a fan of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. A few things that I won't say that I don't like, I just don't agree with. But there is being MAGA is a movement. It's not Trump. It's a movement that obviously involves Trump, but there's a MAGA movement, right? It's a thing. It's not a person. And the RFK Jr., a lot of those folks are jumping on board, and they're ecstatic and they're happy. Yeah, yesterday was a rough day for them, I know. They've talked about it quite a bit, that they were kind of disappointed that he's suspended. But I won't go into any more of that. You see where I'm at. But yeah, that's a little bit on politics. I won't go too much into it just yet. I don't want this to be a political channel or anything like that, but I needed to speak the mind and kind of share it. You know, I don't talk to a whole lot of people. I'm retired Navy. I sit at home. I do the house husband thing, pay the bills, all that good stuff. That's what I do. So this is now starting to become my outlet. As far as more in the garden, today I'm going to start prepping some things, right? I went out and I bought some T-posts. If you look at these, this is kind of how I'm trying to support my shade, but they're bending. Almost all of them are bending because these are just plastic, so they're starting to bend a little bit. So I want to support those. So I bought some T-posts the other day, and I need one of those big metal things, you know, where you pound a T-post in. And then I'm going to put those green plastic things on the outside of the T-post to give them support. So I'll be able to adjust my shade cloth. And also with the T-post, I'm going to put some wire rope on it. Real thin wire rope. It's like 1/16 or something like that. And that way, I will also be able to string up some of the cucumbers and the tomatoes, right? I'll be able to hang them from that wire rope so that they grow vertically instead of horizontally. So that's what I'm gonna start working on today. I don't think I'm gonna get a lot of the equipment I need because I bought it on Amazon, and maybe in the next video I'll post the links to what I buy down below because I'll do a video on it, and I may do a couple of videos this weekend, just showing the progress that I make with that and kind of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then next week, I know I've done a lot of videos on gardening and stuff like that, and it's been a while since I did any videos on prepping. So maybe sometime this next week here, I'm going to do a video on storing food. 5-gallon buckets, Mylar bags, stuff like that, and I'll show you what I do and what I've learned from watching other videos. So yeah, that's the plan right now. That's the thoughts for the day. That's the update in the garden. Appreciate y'all watching. Please share. Please subscribe. It's free. I've been trying to get to 50 viewers now. This will be like my 23rd video. Trying to get to 50 viewers so I can do live videos instead of keep recording and transferring and editing and stuff like that. I just want to do live videos. I don't do scripted. I don't think I need to block anything out, although in my last video I did beep out a couple of 4-letter words that I said, but I just want to do live videos. So please subscribe. It's free. Give a thumbs up. Ring the bell, things like that, so when you know when we do post another video here. I appreciate y'all. I know there's a lot of craziness in the world right now, and ideas and things that are going on, but I think this Trump RFK Jr. I'll call it a merger agreement, is huge for the right and independence. I kind of fall in between a little bit, I guess. But please do your research. If you're still not sure, or you have any doubts of maybe who your candidate might be, please, please, please do some research. This is the most important election, at least of my lifetime. I'm 51 and have done a few of these, but this is definitely the most important one of my lifetime, my opinion. And I'm not going to get into buzzwords and things like that, but it's just important. So please do your research. Please listen to all sides, even if you know who you're voting for. If you need to be swayed a little bit, not need to be swayed, but if there may be a better candidate or a better vision, I don't know. I won't go into that too much, but I appreciate y'all. Please subscribe, and I'll probably see you a couple more times this weekend. All right? Much love to everybody. Be good to each other.